people need help. What I've noticed is as I've made these calls, even the people that have lost their jobs, are nowhere near buying a home, want to talk to somebody about what they have to do to be able to get that back again. If you've been sheltering in place for the past 2.5 months, if you have, especially if you're one of those parts of the country where you're not even allowed to show a home or not allowed to leave your home, period. If you're in one of those areas where they are releasing restrictions and you are looking at your business and looking at getting back to work, I'm going to go over some things that will help you in this economy that will proceed the next 12 to 24 months, okay? So the first thing you want to do is, if you are still in good routine, fantastic. I commend you for keeping your routine while we've been sheltering in place. But if you haven't, you need to redevelop it quickly. And that happens by getting up early and of course, like we've mentioned in previous videos, finding a place to go. We do a 10X planner here, doing your daily planner, doing your daily routine, which could include reading, prayer, exercise, etc. Get that done early. Get into the office, and whether that's the office, whether you're allowed to go into a physical office or whether you're allowed to go into an office at your home, just get to a quiet place where you can work on your business. You've got to get back to communication. What I've noticed is a lot of people during this time have really backed off of making the phone calls, and I get it. You don't really want to make calls when you don't know what to say. And that's where the uncertainty lies. Now, you want to understand what happens in down markets and in corrections, which is what we're currently going through. That way, when you do speak to people, you can educate them. It helps too. In my case, I went through the last downturn, and I tell people about my experience through that and what they can expect in terms of what's going to happen with the value of their real estate. What's going to happen with interest rates, what could potentially happen with lending and mortgage, because people need to know. If there's a home that they've been living in for the last 10 years and it no longer fits their needs, they should consider selling it today. Why? Because the market is still at its peak. It is going to come down. And when it comes down, their home is going to go down in value. So if they want to recoup as much equity as possible, they need to consider selling it now. You also want to get very proactive with the REO market, okay? There's several resources online, but you want to find out who all the asset managers are, Blackstone, Chase. You want to find out who is handling those assets that are going to be released to the market over the next 6 to 12 months. Now, it may take longer because we see some things in place that could extend that. But at some point within the next year to 2 years, we're going to see an REO market start to come back. REO is when people lose their home and it is foreclosed upon, and the asset managers take it over and resell those assets, okay? So what you want to do is find out who those people are in your local market. You want to do some research online and find out who it is and put your application in with them. Okay, because there's a chance that you're going to get an opportunity. It could be a foreclosure listing. It could be they're going to need help with broker price opinions. It could be a variety of different things. So do what you can, put in some research and figure out who is going to have the REO listings, who's going to have the foreclosure listings and the bank-owned listings in your market, and get yourself in line to receive some of that. Also, you'll want to spend a little bit of time researching short sales, okay? Short sales will happen, and what a short sale is basically when somebody is behind on their mortgage and maybe they've lost their job and they can't catch up on their mortgage. We as real estate agents can effectively go in and assist people in selling their home, recouping whatever equities may be possibly hiding in there, or if there is no equity, shorting the bank. That's where it gets the short sale. So the bank will actually accept less money than you owe them, and they will allow you out from under that. Now, it is a nasty stain on your credit, but it's a very effective way to avoid foreclosure. And so do some research on short sales. There's a great designation to get called the CDPE, which stands for Certified Distressed Property Expert. I would recommend getting that designation. Do some research there, because people are going to come to you and they're going to say, you know what, I've been out of work, I haven't paid my mortgage in 6 months, 5 months, 3 months, whatever the case may be. You want to be able to effectively reach out to that lending institution and negotiate on your client's behalf for more time, for potentially even modifications of their loan, and then to ultimately facilitate a short sale if they can no longer afford it. So get back into your routine. Start making 30, 40, 50 calls a day. Start small. If you can't do that, start off with 10, start off with 20. If you're somebody like us that generates a lot of leads and you just haven't been speaking to them, then you want to give them a call and touch base. If they drop a statement like, wow, I registered on your site a month ago and I've been needing help, then you simply apologize. And you say, you know what, I've been out of touch. I apologize about that, with everything going on, but I want to make sure that you're being taken care of today. And so it's okay to be out of touch with people. They understand. They know what's going on. They know what you're going through. They're going through it themselves. So, but don't let that fact that because you haven't called them lead you to thinking that it's okay just to not call them anyway. You want to call everybody you can. So start small, 10, 20, 30 calls a day. Block off your time. What I'm noticing is typically we would block off the 8:30 hour to the 10:30 in the morning hour. Now we're pushing that to 10:30 to 12:30. Basically because what I'm noticing is that 8:30 to 10:30 time blocking schedule, most people are either sleeping or if they are essential or have been working, they're not as open to a conversation at that time. So by pushing that back, and this is temporary because technically the best two times to call are between 4 and 6 and 8 and 10. But now with the COVID-19 world that we're in, what we're noticing is a trend towards people wanting to communicate a little bit later in the morning. So I would recommend doing that, and that'll give you a little more time in the morning to maybe read, work on your, your 10X planner or your daily scheduling routine, do some goal setting, figure out where you want to go, figure out what you want to accomplish that day, be intentional about writing it down. And then get your calls. So from 10:30 to 12:30, I would make those phone calls, and then from 12:30 to about 4 in the afternoon, I would have your appointments, or you can do follow-up, catch up on email, things like that, and try to, again, catch that 4 to 6 hour and make some more calls. I think if you notice that, if you're going to get back to your business, that's the most effective way that you can still serve people at the highest level. People need help. What I've noticed is as I've made these calls, even the people that have lost their jobs, are nowhere near buying a home, want to talk to somebody about what they have to do to be able to get that back again, or to be able to even get back on that track again. So people need us desperately right now. And they need us in real estate, and they also need us in insurance, and they also need us in mortgage and finance and all these other areas. So we need to do a better job of communicating and adding value to people. Start there.